All right. Let's do it. Hey, everybody.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Let us know when you're getting on, where you're watching from. This is probably going to be our last live before we're home, now that we're in the last state. We are rested. We are full-bellied. We are clean. We are wearing strange clothes.
It's been some hot days lately.
They're having hot days.
People are fine.
There we go. There's some people. What's up? Hello from Georgia, New Jersey. Stan the Man. Hey, Stan the Man. What's up? So y'all ask whatever questions you've got. We'll do our best to answer them. Sorry, those of you who comment on our videos, how far behind we got on those. I tried to get them caught up today, but ooh, it took some time. Oh y'all, hi from Connecticut, Michigan, Ohio,
Maine,
Argentina. Yeah. Oh, Grandma's on.
Alabama.
Hey, Mom.
Hello.
Alabama.
In the south and south.
Oh, and they saw us in Damascus. Yep, we've come a long way since Damascus, Melanie. How did you all avoid Noro? I think just staying ahead of the bubble. That was the secret.
And in the part where we would have had a higher chance of getting it, we just stayed away from the pretties.
You did not. There were a lot of cat holes
I
dug.
think we were a little obsessive about cleaning our hands too.
Yes, we were very obsessive about
through
that.
stretch.
Nichols says, "Tell Mama Kay I said hi." All right, we will.
We'll do that.
Whenever we get up there, we will do that. Hi from the Netherlands. How did you get time off work, Remy?
I negotiated with my employer for a personal leave of absence, which is not like FMLA, because this is not medical care related. So just the personal leave of absence had a little different stipulations put on it. So I got 6 months approved and just have to be back by the end of August.
Yes. So that is how it took 3 years of negotiating. Hi from New Brunswick, Canada.
Wow.
Whoa, just north of Maine, Minnesota, Georgia.
I don't know if you live close to our family member or not.
We have a member of our family that's from Ontario. Someone asked, "Where are you currently?" We are in the state of Maine. We're counting down the days. Nadine is on. Nadine. She said hi from home. All right. The Hubners are watching from Vermont.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, someone looked up the record for rock skipping because you mentioned in an episode you wondered what it was. 88.
Whoa.
88 little
That's a long
hops
way.
on the
I wonder
water.
how they count it. Like, do they just skid at the end?
Slow motion, I would guess, how many times it pops up.
At the end, I think it's like sinking and hitting other stones up into the air.
Stan the Man asked, not sure where you are, but have you had any nasty water crossings yet?
We have had a few fordings, but just get your shoes
Not
wet,
nasty
bad.
ones yet.
We had one day where it rained, kind of mid-afternoon, and we were walking by a water source for a little while, and we had to keep crossing it.
It's like it was like
And it was raging. And it wasn't like deep, but it was moving very quickly, so we had to keep going upstream, if y'all remember, to find calmer crossings.
Yep.
But nothing
And then-
nasty.
Even then, when we did Fairbait and I were in the water, making sure that the kids in Salient or Beacon got across safely.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciated his help.
Yes. All of their help. Straps has helped too. Yep. And Bogle. What would each of you have done differently if you did the hike again?
I think for me, I would have shipped my pants home and switched to shorts. I think it'd be a lot cooler. My pants don't zip off and they just hold water so that they don't dry as quickly as I thought they would.
I would have started with bug spray from the very beginning. Just like soaking the legs in preparation for the mosquitoes.
So what insect have we recently been introduced to that we do
Deer
not
flies.
have?
Deer flies.
Deer flies. Y'all, they are bad.
Awful. And pointless.
They bite you through your clothes.
They swarm your head and then dive bomb your shoulders and your neck and just.
And their bite both hurts when they bite you and then itches later. Kind of like an ant bite.
There's a video coming out soon where I stopped hiking and I kind of held the phone in selfie mode videoing which is very tough to do because I was trying to show the flies around my head and they kept running into me.
So trying to swat them.
Yes. What else would you have done differently, if anything?
I would have taken more time and not done huge miles. I think that's what I would have done.
Except you've been wanting to get home, so you would
Well, I
have
have
stayed
been
away
wanting
from
to get
home more.
Well,
That's the balance,
okay,
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a challenge.
Yep. All right, let's see.
Oh, I would have brought a bug zapper.
Oh,
I like
yes.
their fly sword.
Oh my goodness, are you done? Are you through the 100-mile wilderness yet? Will you be able to get a resupply in there? We are not done. We would not look like this if we were done. No, we're in Maine and we're making our way towards the end.
This stretch that we're in went 6 days between showers, so we smelled pretty bad coming into town.
Yeah, I'm very glad to have done laundry. Since you've nearly finished the trail, what was the most challenging section and why?
The later, New Hampshire, Maine has been the most challenging section for me. It's just, I mean, the whites were gorgeous, but it's so technical, and the descents and ascents are really steep, and there are roots and rocks and just about everything. Like, there's really bad bugs and mud, and
I would say the same. New Hampshire and the whites were really hard for me.
Very steep.
I would say the backside of Vermont. Because it's like, oh, look at how much we've done. And then you look forward and it's like, oh, wow, we still have like 500 miles left, but it's only two and a half states.
Yes,
So
yep,
that was hard.
that can be hard.
I think for me it's been the extreme heat, not necessarily trail conditions, just those days when it gets 90 plus and it's just, we're pouring sweat from the moment we wake up, we're laying down in the tent before it cools off.
The humidity has been rough. So we'll sweat all day, our clothes get wet. We get to camp, they kind of start to dry a little bit, like where they're not dripping. We hang things up, like whether in a tree or in our tent or whatever, and we wake up and it's still wet. And you put the wet clothes back on. So that's kind of tough. There have been days where we just really don't have a breeze.
I think in one of the videos coming up, our dad is wringing out his shirt.
Yes.
And there's so much sweat coming out because of how hot we are.
A lot of sweat, yes, for sure. Gideon, move the grapes. We can't see his face. There we go, got it.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. All right, what is one item each of you have brought that you couldn't have made the journey without? You can say your thing. I know it's in a video coming up soon. Sock liners?
Liner socks.
Injinji liners. Those are great. They
I
keep
would've
blisters
gotten
off your
so many
toes.
blisters.
You want to say what you did in the video recently?
my friends gave me a present before I left of these letters they had made beforehand that I showed them in a video that's upcoming, so you'll see it, but some letters that they sent me from home.
Extra weight, but definitely encouraging.
They're not heavy.
Anything for you, Sunshine? That you're like, I have to have this thing.
Journal?
You like your journal. You journal every day.
So the journal and pins, or more recently, a plastic slug fidget.
Oh, that was from Miss April.
We have not videoed this, but it's become a tramily prank to slug someone.
Yeah.
Hanging on their stuff.
In the videos where the slugs come all over the tent, well, we've been putting the plastic slug on the tent and slugging the tent.
The tramley is off screen, laughing in the background.
I would say trekking poles. A lot of the times it's been helpful on steep downs or steep ascents. They've been very helpful.
Yeah, we've discovered you get, and I'm far from the camera, we'll have to video our calluses, but you get trekking pole calluses from how hard, increases from how hard you're gripping and pushing down on your poles throughout the day.
That's a lot of hearts.
That is a lot of hearts. It just popped up. Are the kids, and this is a good question, this is really for all of us, are you really enjoying this adventure? I would say
not really enjoying, but I'm definitely enjoying it.
yeah, it's not every part. There are negatives.
It's never 100%, but it's always to some extent enjoying it.
On some days it's more positive than negative, and on some days it's you can't really see the positive. But
What's a day when you couldn't see the positive? Because we try to find the positives in every day.
the day when it was raining, I don't remember which one, in Vermont, but it was a hot rain, and we were walking through mud with mosquitoes, and going uphill,
So the positive is getting to camp and getting out of the wet clothes.
Yes.
Yes, that's the victory. Let's see. Do you ever complain, kids, or fight amongst each other? You seem to get along so well.
Well,
They're kids. They fight, they squabble, they argue. Right?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
a lot.
You should put that in a video.
I'm not going to video you arguing. That's a strange thing to video. But no, I mean, we all, like any of you guys that are watching, when you're hot and you're tired and you have bugs dive bombing your head and you're trying to climb a mountain and your feet hurt and you want to get to camp, all of these things, and then your sibling stops short in front of you and you bump into them, or you slip, or whatever. Someone says the wrong thing, you obviously
Become more irritable.
become more irritable for sure. How long from now, approximately, do you think you will finish the trail? We are aiming to finish by the end of July.
It's coming up.
It is coming up.
We're already over halfway through July, which is hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. Can you make a singing CD? You have beautiful voices.
Oh.
6-pack track. Are you feeling okay, Serenity?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I look like I'm not feeling okay? Or is that a problem?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know if they said you look like you aren't feeling well.
Apologies, that's just my face.
She's just tired.
That's just my face.
I'm sleepy.
Yep, she's just tired. Let's see. Another container's covering your face? Okay, I guess we moved the grapes, so I think everything's
How about
fine.
the cup? Is the cup in the way?
Maybe the cup is in the way.
Too many things.
My 9-year-old grandson just finished hiking the foothills trail with me. We watch your videos every morning. My grandsons are impressed with Energizer and want to know if he likes Legos as much as they do. No?
You like Legos.
You know I don't.
Did you
All of us
forget?
like Legos to some
I was
extent.
about to say, did you forget about Legos?
I
Think
don't
about
like
your
Legos.
Technic.
Yeah.
Technic, yes.
That's
Okay,
Legos.
he likes the Lego Technic sets where you can like build a car that you can pull back and not pull back, but like drive. Sorry for all the noise. Tell Energizer to quit hiding. Okay, quit hiding. All right, we noticed that Remy isn't hiking with a brace anymore. How's his knee?
So I gave up the brace. My knee still hurts from time to time, but I gave it up because with the hot weather, the brace was actually causing chafing, and so it was, trading one evil for another. I'd have the brace and be supportive of my knee, but I'd be chafing all day, which the raw spots on the skin got to be too much. So I can suffer through without the brace. I'm just extra cautious going downhill, which means I'm the caboose every day.
Okay. Have you seen any moose yet?
Sadly, no.
I
Zero.
wish.
We've seen a lot of sign.
Yep.
Maybe when we get to the wilderness.
We've
Maybe.
seen enough piles of their leftovers to equivalent multiple moose.
Yeah, many moose.
And we've seen, right before Mahusik Notch, I think it was, there was a deer, not a deer skull, a moose skull.
Moose skull
and
at a
bones.
shelter.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
What has been the biggest unexpected challenge?
Oh.
The bugs.
I would kind of agree. I was prepared for
bugs.
mosquitoes.
Not deer flies and moose flies and
Maybe
gnats and
chafing
house flies
after
and
that.
moose flies.
And then chafing, and we're going to do a video when we're home about things that we didn't know about the
Things that
18,
nobody talks about.
or we just didn't find out about, and chafing's one of those, and sweat acne, and the deer flies. Yeah, so, let's see, sorry y'all. We're tired, that's why the energy is low. We're gonna excuse the kids early. How many days until the summit? End of July. We're gonna end by the end of July. Will you have support for the 100-mile wilderness? We hope so, yes.
So.
We've heard from some folks and are hoping that works out. Oh, Mr. Randy and Cammie Jewel
Oh,
from the neighborhood are on. Hey guys, we miss you. They live in our neighborhood. Deer flies are the worst.
they are.
How does Maine compare to the whites?
Oh.
It is not as bad elevation-wise, but I feel like the technicality is about the same, if not worse, in some places.
Yeah, Maine feels like just a root tangle, like root and rock tangle, and where there's not roots and rocks, there's bogs.
And if there's not roots, rocks, and bogs, it's a river crossing.
Yes. There's no bridges in Maine. Maine does not believe in bridges.
We joke that when all the states got together to form the AT, they were all given one choice to pick what would make them unique and hard. And when it came to Maine was like, well, I'll just take one of everything they said.
Yeah, from all the other states. It's kind of true. But it's neat though, because it is kind of like a gauntlet right before the end. So, you're just sort of proving in a way, like we can make it through this stuff. But we've had some tough days. There have been some tough days lately. What was one of the scariest moments on trail? And one of the most victorious so far?
Well,
My victorious would be summiting Mount Washington,
That was a
which
cool
was
one.
huge for me because I'd kind of been looking forward to that, and getting to Mahoosuc because in the beginning that's what I was looking forward to.
Music match.
And then I was like, wow, we're actually there. And then, what was the other one, the biggest challenge?
The scariest moment.
Scariest.
when we were climbing the Kinsmans, we have a rock scramble, and all the rocks were rather wet. And I was sort of just like clinging into the side of it, and my foot started slipping, so that was pretty.
I think for me as a family, I think the scariest was getting caught in a thunderstorm at 4,000 feet on Carter Dome.
That's what I'm saying.
And hail.
You know, because it started hailing and then the temperature dropped pretty dramatically down, probably at least 10 degrees.
And we were wet,
And so
wet
we're,
and cold.
You know, being wet and cold and, worried about being, hypothermia catching in or slipping and falling in the waters was a challenging moment for us.
Indeed. Yeah, that was a little scary. Someone said the Maine state bird is the blackfly. We would say it's the deer fly right now. I don't feel like we're dealing with black flies.
Some local told us that we were past blackfly season. Like a few weeks ago, they were really bad.
What piece of gear impressed you the most? I don't know.
Myself, no.
Hey, we are the gear.
I would say the darn tough. They still
Darn
have
Tough
not
socks.
gotten a whole.
I had the same pair from the beginning, and they still have not worn all the way through. They're getting very thin, but they have not worn through yet.
It's impressive.
Yep. I like my pack. It's not the lightest pack out there, but I do like my Osprey. Bug nets, except for when it gets hot. The bug nets are really good to keep the bugs off your face, but they're mesh. But even with mesh, there's no real airflow, so when you pull them down over your face, it gets really hot.
And sometimes, if you're hiking and it touches your face, it'll get wet right there, and then you'll feel it touching. Like, oh, that's cold.
Yeah.
You like try and get the water out from in between the two.
Yes.
I wish I had that problem. Cold.
All right. Someone said PCT or CDT. So I've answered this question in some of our Instagram DMs, and not to disappoint, but what is the plan?
Oh,
As a family, not another through hike over
No.
a long trail.
We are not a nomadic family. Can you get through?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. We're not a family that roams around. We don't do RV life or van life or anything like that. And so we are very rooted back home. And coming onto the Appalachian Trail was a big family goal, a big adventure we wanted to pursue. But it was really difficult to leave all of those people and relationships and things back home. And so we missed that very, very much. And it took us 5 years of planning.
That too. And 5 years.
And 5 years of saving.
And
And 3 years of negotiating for his job. This is just not going to happen again. You and I have talked about doing one, just the two of us.
Yeah, once the kids are out of the house,
Mm-hmm.
Beacon and I might find a trail to do.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. We've talked about potentially doing. Saul's yawning.
I'm tired.
I know, I'm tired too. We've talked about maybe coming back and finishing the long trail, or doing some of the sections that weren't so pretty when we hiked them, like Franconia Ridge or whatever.
Or maybe finishing the foothills, like we did half of it.
Right, finishing the Foothills Trail, but no big through hikes as a family. Sorry to disappoint. How are you going to celebrate the grand finish?
Oh,
By going home,
and sleeping.
going home and sleeping and showering and
my bed.
yes, being in your bed. It says look up deer fly tape. It's a lifesaver. Okay, we'll look into that.
Interesting.
How many hours of sleep do you get each night?
Maybe 6 or 7.
No.
Try again.
Sorry.
That's what Daddy and I get.
7 to 9. It depends on how late we roll into camp and how early we get our camp chores done.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on our mileage in a day, because that determines how early we get up to have enough time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Usually in bed by 9 at the latest, I would think.
And then up between
4 to 6. Depending on depending on the goals. We've been getting up earlier because of the heat. What's your favorite state? You've been in all the states.
Virginia.
Mm-hmm. We had no idea how good we had it on the treadway for the first half of the trail, right? Because it's just a lot of roots and rocks and things now, and so it's harder. You're really just looking at your feet most of the day.
And in Virginia, there's nice views, good temperature, good treadway, not too bad of elevation, no bugs.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you sick of trail food?
I don't know.
Yes.
Depends on what it is, but like packaged things, you sick of packaged things?
I mean, I would choose not to eat them, but it's not like we keep switching out what we're eating. Like, we'll still eat it.
Mm-hmm. It's just
We're
we're
not
not
that tired of it. but
right.
No,
it's
I'm absolutely done with beef sticks. Just a personal personal
Beef sticks.
thing there.
She's thinking no more beef sticks.
Uh,
Is the AT harder than you expected?
I mean, yes.
Yes and no.
Because all the videos that I remember seeing were all happy, and it's hard to mention negative things in videos, and so I was thinking, oh, it's all positive.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there is a ton of positive, but it's been a lot harder than I thought.
Would you say that the addition of a solid tramley has been
Oh,
a benefit
yes.
in the
It's
past
been
few
amazing.
weeks?
I think
so.
we got a really good one.
It's been really fun. Hello off screen.
Yeah. they're right off screen. Oh, and one's walking into the room now. We love our tramley, and actually, in an upcoming video, I talked to each of the guys, and they kind of gave their backstory just a little bit, so that you know who they are. Because I just assume it's like I assume everybody knows where they got their trail names and where they're from and all of that. So
Yep.
that's in an upcoming video. Let's see. They like the highs and lows. We enjoy that too. How much water do you drink on 80-degree days?
Like
As much
specific.
as we can, it depends on water sources.
Yes. So what will we often do if it's really? This is like we're gonna do a yawn count and then put it on the bottom of the video. It's like
It's about
17
3 or 4 on hot days.
liters.
Well, whenever we get to a water source, we'll stop and we'll drink like our entire liter and then fill it back up.
And add electrolytes. Yeah, and drink what we need to.
Did you just yawn?
yes,
Yep.
I did.
Hey, what is your favorite book? This is from Ava, who is 9 years old. This is for you. What book did you say today that you wanted to get home and read?
Land of Stories.
Gideon. All right, say it again.
Land of Stories.
Please stop. Where's the rock?
Oh, from Springer?
It's in my pack.
Still
In my
carrying
hip
it.
belt.
Where's the rock?
Yep.
On the trail.
What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get home and don't say sleep or shower?
Aww.
See friends.
I'm going to sit down in a beanbag chair with a cup of ice and fall asleep for the entire day.
Can't say sleep.
And read a
No
book
sleep.
the entire day. And pretend
No
to fall
sleeping and no showering is a horrible idea.
I'll enjoy a nice cup of tea sitting on the front porch watching it rain, knowing I don't have to go out in it.
Yes, listening. I used to love the sound of rain. Now, I don't. I mean, it's nice sometimes,
It
but
means a soaked tent in the morning.
it means
Yeah.
You know-
Or so you.
and slugs and the other things.
I might just grab our fly swatter and head down to the creek and just do a mosquito massacre. Like,
Yeah, just go-
like
go
got your
on.
For
back.
all the ones that bit me.
So this says, I was wondering who picked the name Six Pack Hikers. I came up with that.
Should have did something with a pack.
Any change to your normal plans for the 100-mile wilderness? Will the kids need to carry food too for the long haul? So the kids already carry food. They carry their snacks, and more recently we've had a couple of longer food carries, and they've carried a couple meals. We're still working out details for that part of the trail down the way. So stay
Hopefully we can
tuned.
find help.
Please stop yawning so loud. It's really loud. Let's see, we've already answered that question. Hello from Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. Hello from North Carolina. Have you rock climbed in the past? It seems you've had to do quite a bit of rock climbing these last few hundred miles.
We have a gym by our house if indoor counts.
Yeah.
We've done indoor rock climbing, but we haven't done like true bouldering or anything outside of what we've been doing on the trail.
Grandfather Mountain, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We did do the Grandfather Mountain Trail, and that does have some scrambles and rebar and that kind of thing.
The only boulders we climb at home on trails are the ones that are pleasant climbs.
So, well, it's like we're doing the trail, and y'all are like, look, there's a boulder. Can we climb on it? I'm like,
Yeah.
sure,
We
go.
don't see a blaze going up.
But here, it's like you turn a corner, and you just look up, and
Oh,
it's
there's
just
a boulder.
boulders, and you see the blazes. And you're like, oh, I guess we're going up there.
Yeah, I think I mentioned to her, we did our highs and lows of New Hampshire recently, if it hasn't come out, it will soon, but I need to modify my low of New Hampshire and say that they need to redo their trail so it doesn't go down waterfalls.
Okay.
Somebody forgot to remind New Hampshire that waterfalls are dangerous.
Yeah. We came off of, what was it, Mount Garfield, and went down
Moosalok and Garfield both had to go down a waterfall.
straight down a waterfall, and that's a little tricky. Down is already tough when it's steep. Down steep and wet is even tougher, and down steep and wet while water's running over it is a whole different animal.
Yep.
Will you continue hiking when you return home?
Yes.
Absolutely, because where we are, the day hikes and stuff. All right, Tunes will not be. She's gonna stay at home, but we want to keep hiking.
I will.
Yeah, you've got some favorite trails.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the exploring part that I haven't done before instead of trails we have done before.
Checking out new spots. For your video, are you using your phone? I'm using my phone to video.
Yep.
iPhone 16. Beef and Slim Jims. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. No.
Any.
She's done with that.
Annie,
Chomps.
give me a hot dog. That's a true beef
Yeah,
stick.
no moose. Sorry, still no moose. Scott, tell Joyce hello. Sorry that she
Hi,
missed
Franklin.
the. Yep. Joyce is camping. She'll be upset she missed it. So hi, Joyce. Yeah, here's something to tell me, guys, if we heard this before. It's been raining or hotter than usual here in New Hampshire all summer. So the number of times we've heard, it's never this cold, it's never this hot, it's never this
every
rainy.
single
It's never
state.
this buggy.
In New
It's been
England,
something.
yeah,
Except for in Pennsylvania, we didn't hear it's never this rocky.
Yeah.
That was just.
people just accepted that one, I think.
Yep.
Do you feel like all the hiking from Georgia to New Hampshire prepared you for hiking the Whites? What?
I don't think so.
It definitely made us strong enough. It was just a different kind of challenge.
Mm-hmm.
We did it.
Your legs, so if
My
we...
legs are strong enough, but it was not the same difficulty.
No, but the question is, starting in Georgia, if you hadn't started there and you just went to the Whites,
Oh,
versus
well then yes.
you hiked in Georgia, North Carolina,
Okay,
Tennessee.
now.
There we go. Yeah, it definitely got you better.
I feel like each state that precedes the one you're in has been a training ground for what's to come. So you're constantly building upon the previous one.
I like this one. Which state had the best ice cream? Think before you answer. We've had a lot of ice cream on trail. Not just Ben and Jerry's, like not from the
I think it was.
Twin Kiss was your
The
favorite. That's in
I
Pennsylvania.
think it was New York, but there was the Belleville Creamery.
Belleville Creamery was New York.
I loved that one because we had done a big, hard part of our day. We only had 2 miles left, and we stopped and got ice cream, and it was really good.
I'm thinking Vermont with those maple creamies.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh.
The maple creamy was delicious.
That
They
was
were
really
really
good.
good.
But it was right
on
by
our
trail.
journey, so that
Right
counts.
by trail. Let's see. Someone said mosquitoes are terrible here in Maine. Enjoy with laughing emojis.
Ah, you're mean.
Are ticks as big of a problem as they say?
Not
Not
really.
recently.
No.
Depends on the state.
So Connecticut
What
was
state?
bad. It was
Connecticut.
before that though.
Virginia, Connecticut, and really Massachusetts, I think, were the worst for us.
But also the trail in those states, I don't remember if Virginia was this way, but in Massachusetts and Connecticut, we went through fields where it was just overgrown, and it's in some of the videos, but remember the grass was like as tall as your
Oh.
shoulders or even higher, and so there's just no getting around the fact that you're brushing against everything.
We would always do a tick check after.
Yeah, tick check,
And
tick
Miss-
check, gotta
Miss
do a
Dawn
tick check. Oh.
started us with a song.
Yeah.
And whenever like tick check, we start singing
Yes.
it.
Have you thought of writing a book or making a documentary video of your adventure?
I don't know, have you?
I mean,
I haven't.
yeah, the vlogging was the way I wanted to document it. I'm not opposed to a book in the future, but I can't imagine tackling that anytime soon.
That's that taking on a project of that size would be like doing a through hike.
Yeah.
Just all the planning and preparation and writing and modifying and editing.
Mm-hmm. But Madeline/Sunshine has journaled every night of the trail, and we said it might be kind of fun for her to put together a kids' perspective or teens' perspective of the Appalachian Trail from your journal entries.
I considered it.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool. If Dad does the cooking, who cleans the dishes?
Dad.
Yeah, he at home, no.
Well,
at home we tag team that, but we've got our own chores.
he has a system down for.
Yeah, it's one of those. There's a system, and it's I don't want the responsibility of cleaning dishes or them staying dirty to fall on someone that gets us sick. So I just take care of that responsibility.
There's a good question. I haven't seen you guys wearing sunglasses as much. Did you ditch them?
They kind of.
Our gooders got wet. I don't know what we did. I guess we forgot to take them out of the brains of our bags, and then they rubbed against the bags they were in. And if you've worn gooder sunglasses, once those lenses get scratched off, you can't see anything. So we had to throw them away, unfortunately. After the 100-mile wilderness, how many miles is it to the summit of Katahdin?
13.
8 in between.
Where are you saying it ends? Like A-ball?
So from the base of Katahdin to the top is 5. But yeah, 8-ball bridge, you have 8 miles into Baxter, and then you climb up 5.
About 13 miles then. From.
Yeah, it's about. Well,
Yep.
we won't be doing that one day. It'll be.
Remy, what sleep system are you using, and can you feel the hard ground? It's very specific for you.
No, I don't feel the ground necessarily. I just use an inflating sleep pad. I think it's about 2 or 3 inches.
Helix by Aria.
Yeah, Aria Helix. And if I'm sitting on it, yes, I feel it. But once I lay down, my weight's distributed. I don't really feel anything underneath it.
Yeah, and then you have a sleeping bag liner and a quilt.
And a blow-up pillow.
Although lately, have we been using our quilts much at all?
No, really.
It's too hot.
Too hot. I think last night. No. Yes.
2 nights ago.
No, it was last night.
It was.
We were just laying
Sweating.
at camp. It just would not cool off, and you're not moving, and you just feel the sweat beating up, and there was no air moving. It was
At all.
That was tough. Where was the intro to your videos filmed, and how long before starting the trail did you film it? That was from the Foothills Trail. So
That was in a lot of different places.
It was in November was when we did the Foothills Trail. Do you plan to do a documentary? I do plan to put all the clips together. I didn't answer that part. I do plan to kind of stitch clips together to make a documentary. I don't know. If any of you out there are really good at doing that and want to help me out, let me know. Because it feels overwhelming. Do you have any pets at home to get back to?
We do not.
Nope.
The trampoline.
Yeah.
That's
a pet.
Are you going to miss the trail lifestyle? Ding,
Not the
before you
life-
answer, hold on. So what elements will you miss?
just the lack of schedule, that's it.
What about the people?
Oh.
But that's not the lifestyle.
It kind of is. The friendships and the trust and the things we've been talking about.
I will miss the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
You wake up, you know you have one thing to achieve that day, and everything you carry is on your back. There's not a lot of scheduling. One of the things they kind of came up with on trail is that time matches the pace you live it. So I know once we get back home, if we're not intentional, that our entire calendar can get filled, and if we fill every minute, we'll never have enough time. But out on trail, you know, life and the pace slows down enough that there's always plenty of time.
I've enjoyed having a family. Also a second family, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
Do you have a favorite family member?
They're right there, that's not nice.
I actually do.
Oh, that was just a joke.
Oh no, don't do it.
Nope. You guys will you'll have to wonder forever who that is. It's like picking a favorite child. You don't do that.
No.
Michael McAnally says, I start every day with Bible time and the 6-pack video. That's awesome.
You did that for a while, didn't you, with his videos?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Are the bug nets indispensable? We have not really been using them because you'll see in the videos some of the guys use them as like
Bonnets.
in a bonnet style to keep them open so that you don't have bugs in your ears, but then you still get air because the air won't flow through them. Have you prepared for getting back to normal life after the hike? I feel for me it would be a hard transition.
We have not really done anything to prepare for it.
I think we're going to transition pretty
I
easily.
don't know how you would prepare, other than knowing really what to anticipate. If you already have a job lined up, or knowing that you're getting back to school, or something else. But unless you have something that's pressing for your time immediately when you get back, I don't know how you. We've kind of joked. There's another hiker on trail who's a professor of psychology, and he's doing it as a kind of a through hike as a study in ecotherapy. And we told him he needs to set up a program for a halfway house for hikers to reorient back into life.
Serenity, are you looking forward to learning how to drive?
I already have my permit, actually. I'll get my license hopefully when we get back.
Get
So-
set up, bud.
I do enjoy driving.
So yeah, she'll be able to get her license shortly after we get home. We already answered the deer and moose flies deer flies were awful. Ms. Hubner asked how bad were they? They were really bad. They are really bad. We're still there.
dealing with them.
Have you met Boss Bay and her husband, Travel and Paint?
No, I don't think so.
No. How many miles are remaining to get to Katahdin? There are 280 in Maine, so
Enough.
less than that.
Enough for me.
Is anyone afraid of heights?
We aren't afraid of heights, we're afraid of widths.
Yeah, I don't remember who told us that on trail. You remember? But yeah, it's not about the heights. It's more about, if it's a really narrow space or going down something really steep and slick. Because then if you're looking down, I don't know what that is. Strange sounds outside. People were asking about if you were feeling well because of your heat exhaustion.
Oh.
Yeah, that just lasted
Sorry.
one day. Yeah, she's all good. Is it expensive to hike the AT? That is a great question. Depends on how you do it.
For a family of 6.
Yes.
If you were to stay only in the woods, try to get stuff out of hiker boxes.
You can do
Pre-predator
it very leisurely.
meals.
You can do it more definitely on the more frugal end, and then there's the far other side, which is called platinum blazing, where you don't really sleep outside. You're kind of just hostel hopping and what else?
Shuttle services.
Slack packing
It's
through
gonna
all
be
of
like
it.
daily, every day.
Mm-hmm. So there's a range. There's a video out. I think the guy's name is Quadzilla, where he tried to do the Appalachian Trail with $1,000, I think, which was not sufficient because he ended up with an infection on his foot, which medical bills are hard to anticipate.
But he probably would have made it.
He might have. He went through it very, very frugally. Tunes, on day 32, you had Peaches give a recap of the day. Our 2-year-old, David, loved it. Peaches got sent back home because Tunes was afraid she'd get lost.
Yep.
All right, trying to find some new questions. I apologize for the broken bog boards in New Hampshire. They are a killer, and you avoid everything not to fall off into the mud. Yeah.
Yeah, right, Bogle?
That's fair.
Yeah. Bogle got his name from plunging into the bog a couple times. Yeah, Sunshine, since you've been journaling, you should write a book of your family's hike.
I might.
That'd be cool.
I might.
Yeah, you could totally do
It
that.
would end up being like this thick or something.
Who sets the pace each day on trail? The youngest or the least energetic? Or do you take turns?
Take turns. Sometimes if we all like
I love how they already made the assumption the youngest is the most energetic.
And you're not always, are you? Energized. Are you always the most energetic?
not right now.
No, I know you're not right now because you're tired. But yeah, what were you going to say? You want to go into that a little bit?
Which,
Like, who sets the pace?
it changes every day. Like, if we're hiking with all 3 members of our family, we'll typically split into like 3 groups. The front being the fastest, and then the middle are just trying to like pass messages basically. Keep up with both groups, and the back ones are...
The back ones just try to survive.
And we'll set different points
Speaking
too.
from experience.
Yeah. Mike and Mary Kay. From Pennsylvania.
Yes.
They say, hi 6-pack, sending positive vibes for the last stretch of your amazing thru hike. That's awesome.
Thank you.
How can we pray for you?
Safety.
Pray for endurance, and patience,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Safety.
safety and the strength to be able to push through to the end.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of feel like our bodies grew stronger for a period of time, and then at least for Beacon and I, we feel like we reached a point where it's not really diminishing returns, but we've pushed so hard so long that we don't.
Yeah.
It's
There's no such thing as fresh legs in the morning.
No.
No.
it's just fatigue.
Yeah, probably since the whites.
No.
Since
So
some
I don't want
whites.
to say our bodies are reached a point where they're breaking down, but
But-
we're past peak strength for sure.
Yes. Do we have any more 0 days planned?
No.
At home.
No. Lots of zeros at home. Yes. Say black bugs bite blood 4 times fast.
Black.
Black bugs bite blood.
Black blood.
Black bugs bite blood. Oh. It's funny because not too long ago we were doing tongue twisters with our family.
I can sit slow.
How do the kids get by without video games? Around here, that's what they do all day.
We
We
didn't
don't
really
do
them.
video games or much television.
You guys just entertain yourselves with other things or read.
Mm-hmm.
We just never really did it, so it's not something they rely on.
They're fun sometimes, but
We've gotten this question a few times today. Will you go live when you summit? So there's no service in Baxter.
I don't think that's possible.
And no, we will not go live. We do have a good friend, don't say who, do have a good friend that's gonna hopefully meet us and hike Katahdin with us and video so that I'm not video.
Yeah.
So that we can just be present in the moment, which I'm very excited about. But no going live from the summit of Katahdin. A lot of just really positive things. They're proud of us.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone national TV to share your story.
I don't think
No
so.
one has
I
called.
think- no way.
I don't think so.
That phone's not ringing.
Someone said sleepy kids. Yes, I see everyone is fading down there
We're at 8:40.
big time. Hey, Gideon, Thomas, the boy who's asked you questions before, he's asking everybody, but what little souvenirs did you pick up off the trail?
None. I found a little bracelet that was made of a lot of beads that I picked up off the trail.
Mm-hmm. Did you pick up a rock that you're bringing to the end?
At the beginning, and
I think it's Springer.
yes.
Mhm. And then, what did you carry like yesterday on trail? You didn't keep it, it's not a souvenir, but what were you holding that was like 5 feet tall? You picked up a huge branch. I don't even know what it was. Remember you were just holding it on trail? Well, you really don't remember. You were
He was
tired.
knocking down spider webs for Fairbait because none of us is tall
Yeah,
enough.
Fairbait's 6'3", and so, or is it 6'3.5"? Okay, 6'3.5". And so he, thankfully, if he's in the front, he takes all the silk blazing, takes care of all that for us. But Energizer was trying to help him out by holding a even taller stick up above him.
We did have a new obstacle introduced to us in Maine. That was a slug dangling by a thread, hovering in the middle of the trail.
By its own slime, it's horrible.
Right at face height. I was like,
We didn't know a slug could rappel down its slime. Y'all, Maine is different.
awful.
Maine is different.
Maine is everything you don't like.
Yeah. Well, but does it have things you do like? That
It
got real
does. Some of the
negative real
lakes
quick.
are beautiful.
Mhm.
All right. What's the age range of the kids? Okay, so
1-1.
11,
16 and a few?
No.
15 and
No.
9/10. 15 and 11/12. Okay. 9 and 11/12.
And 14,
Yes.
and almost a half in a couple weeks.
We have birthdays in August.
Yes.
It's Energizer and I.
Oh, hey Six Pack, it's Treehouse watching you from my
No
home.
way!
I am so excited for you to get to Katahdin. Do you still like Pop-Tarts? I'm trying to wean off them now that I'm off trail. It's tough.
Let us know how that goes for you.
Good luck. Let's see. How do you plan to get home? On a plane. We fly home.
With our wings.
Yes. How long does it take you to edit each of your videos each day?
Mm.
It depends on how long they are.
No, about an hour, no more than
Yeah, no more than an hour. I know you want to go to bed. we're gonna stick around because I keep asking y'all questions, so we'll say 15 more minutes. Someone said congrats to Treehouse. Can we stay up to date live time?
Pardon?
No, so everything, if you're a member on the channel, you get the videos a little sooner, if that's what you're wanting to do, but no, we aren't sharing like our exact location. Let me ask you, knowing what you know now, would you do it again?
I don't know if I would through hike again. I think it would be at least multiple years before I would think about maybe, but I think backpacking on the AT I would definitely do. I just don't know if I would do the whole thing. Straps has been pushing for
2028. He wants Serenity to come out because you'll be 18. To do it again.
She'll never say 18. She'll say almost 19.
Almost 19. Yep.
Maybe I won't
try and catch
an
up.
adult at that point.
Oh, I don't remember which day the Mount Washington summit was. Which video it was? Somewhere in the late 120s.
We can describe all the memories to you from Cho, but we can't give you a date.
I have no idea.
127.
Maybe. Greg Harmon, what is your enthusiasm level now versus when you started? Based on this table, it looks really low. This is like really hard for me to see how like depleted you guys look.
So tired.
I know, I'm tired too. Rally, girl.
So today was a little warmer. Yeah, we had some time to play in the pond nearby, so I think they're a little worn out from the sun and playing in the pond.
Also, New England doesn't believe in air conditioning. I don't understand
I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
It gets hotter up here than it does back home, and back home where we live, so
Everyone.
it gets less hot, and everyone has air conditioning.
It's like I'm sweating sitting at a table.
Yeah.
Inside.
This person says, how I've been following y'all since day one. I must admit, you've all greatly surprised me. Not that I didn't think each of you were capable, but with 6 people, the chances that something could happen were much higher. So surprised that we made it. Let's see. Gideon, holy smokes, your hair has grown.
Yes, it has.
Yes. Have any of you lost weight?
I mean, a little.
I just weighed today and I've lost more than I thought I had, but I still feel fine.
None of us have lost a crazy amount of weight.
No.
All of us have lost a little, but no more than we.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well,
No, he's gained.
he has
He's still
gained,
gaining.
she has gained.
Yep, because they're still growing.
Yeah, he's grown in height for sure.
I'm trying to skim because we've only got a little bit of time left. What are y'all looking forward to in the last little bit while I'm looking? Oh wait, no, let's take that back. What did you find on trail that was edible recently?
Blueberries!
Oh yes, Maine blueberries are finally
Yay.
coming into season.
Yes.
So good.
We had multiple people tell us we would be in time for season, and we seem to be a little early, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm like a blueberry
we're finding
hound.
some, and they're really good.
first ones are starting to turn ripe.
Yes. From Maddie. She misses everyone and can't wait for y'all to be home soon.
Aww.
Maddie Stevens. Very sweet. Someone said, I already miss you. We'll try to still do videos from home. It just won't be as often. Maybe probably once a week. We are worried about the kids on Mount Katahdin. How dangerous is the climb compared to other peaks you have conquered?
It's not. It's
Well, we haven't been there before.
Nope.
From
No,
what we've
hard to
heard,
say.
it's steep and long, and the first few miles are not horrible, and the top is bouldering, but nothing worse than what we've done. I don't think.
Yep.
Maybe I don't know.
We're just gonna take our time and we'll be safe. Let's see. Logistics question. How far ahead can you realistically plan your summit day? A few weeks?
yeah.
Well, no, I mean not. You can kind of pick a day, but you've got to look at weather
Yeah.
and you got to look at
You can ballpark it, I'd say probably a month out.
which is why we're saying the end of July because we know we want to summit by then, and then
Yeah,
kind of work backwards.
You kind of set a window that you want to about a month out.
Mhm.
And then as you're getting closer to that date, you kind of narrow it down to, okay, maybe it's within 2 or 3 days, depending on weather or mileage. There's a lot of factors that go into it. We talked about logistics a little bit in the previous video, but
Yes. So Daddy and I'll do the last 10 minutes. Y'all go. Go brush your teeth. If you're exhausted, go ahead and go brush your teeth and go to the bathroom. Okay, great. Then you can just go to the restroom and go to bed, and we'll come tell you good night in just a minute. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Good night.
Yes. Thanks. Can you say good night, Annie? Can you say good night?
Good night.
Sorry about that, guys. There we go.
Hi, I'm still here.
Yeah, they were melting into the table. That was that was painful. You wanna sit closer? Oh gosh.
Okay. What?
It's a very. All right. So this may sound this may sound strange, but as a thru hiker myself, how do you all align your bowel movements? I don't know. We go when we need to go. I don't know. If there's a privy available, we make use of it, and because sorry to be whatever. This is I guess it's almost 9 o'clock. Little kids are in bed, but like the mosquitoes and the black flies are bad. So if you're digging a cat hole in the ground, there's skin exposed.
Maine has plenty of privies.
Maine has plenty of privies. We'll just move on from there. So thank goodness for that. Will you do knife's edge once you summit Katahdin? Probably not.
Probably not.
But we haven't really.
Yeah. We haven't decided that. Let's see if you can find a question you want to do. Oh yeah, do you have a trail picked yet for your trek back down Katahdin?
No.
Probably the one that we go up. Yes. We can't wait to see you as well, Roadrunner. We love running into you on trail.
Hey, straps. Someone said love straps.
Aww. Where are you now? We're in Maine.
Yep.
What trekking poles do you guys use? What do you use?
What trekking poles?
Mm-hmm. You know.
Black Diamond Women's.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, I think most of us have black diamond.
Mostly it's scratched off now.
Naomi and Gideon both use REI kids trekking poles. I think by this point they've probably outgrown them with as much as height as they've gained, but all our trekking poles are beat up from the trail. I don't know that any of them will be salvageable.
I'm so ready to throw mine away. Like the tips have come off. I know you can buy new tips, but like
We've bent the poles.
the poles are bent. Like it's like the other day, Straps' pole got wedged in a rock and he kind of fell and just snapped in half. It's like there's only so much you can do to salvage these things on trail. What is your normal curl routine? Send me an email, Carla. We can chat here.
She can send you pictures of what we look
Yeah.
like at home.
I thought she was talking bicep curls.
No, definitely not bicep curls. Curly hair. Someone said, "Come on, these kids want to go to bed." I know. I sent them to bed. It's okay. Let's see. Poor Gideon's falling asleep. I know.
Yeah.
David, your first night in your home bed, you'll sleep on the floor. Says Scott from Franklin.
Like,
I don't think you're gonna sleep on the floor. I think you're gonna sleep in the bed. Is it comfy sleeping in a tent? It can be.
I mean, you get used to it at this point. We just love our tents. Going to bed.
your tent
Yeah.
becomes a refuge at the end of the day, whether it's from the bugs or the weather, or it's nice to. I look forward to setting up the tent and crawling inside and just laying down and relaxing.
Yes. The only time it's hard is when it's hot.
Yeah.
Like to feel comfortable in the tent. Like I think any other time it actually feels pretty good. How many electrolyte packets do you consume each day?
Depends on how hot it is. Typically at least 2.
Will you vlog Energizer's haircut?
You can do a YouTube short before and after.
If he wants to do that, we will do that. Kids are falling asleep, I know.
His haircut and my beard trim.
Yep, we are flying home. Is there anyone we haven't met on trail that we hoped we would? Because we've met, they listed people, Fresh Ground, John Kelly, New Hampshire, Stan the Man, PTO, Iceman.
I kind of hoped we'd meet Michael McAnally for Trail Magic, but
Yeah.
I guess we missed that one.
We missed him. He started earlier in Georgia with some Trail Magic right before we started, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe if Master Splinter, if you're going to be at the end of days hike, maybe we'll see you there. Where is your end date? And where? The trail ends at Katahdin, Mount Katahdin in Baxter State Park, and we will be there by the end of this month.
Yep.
How do you feel about DEET?
It is.
It gets
I wish it was more effective, but it's the most effective we've found.
Yeah, the bug spray we've been using more in New England has been 30% DEET.
Yep. We don't know how heavy our packs are anymore. Someone asked how heavy the packs are.
Maybe we'll find a pack scale before the end of trail.
How many?
Maybe they have one in Baxter.
How many pairs of shoes did you go through? We're on which pair?
The fourth pair.
Fourth pair.
And I don't think we'll get another one. It's not the plan.
Yes. Will you do a few videos when you finish and get back home to reflect on the accomplishment? Yes.
Yep.
We talked through some video ideas. You had some good ideas too.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mel Shea is the one, Bacon Wrap, that said, "I'm not afraid of heights, I'm afraid of widths."
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that quote. We have used it on trail. Please let us know your end date and where. We're not going to say our end date. It'll be, so we are in Maine. We're going to finish by the end of this month. Stay tuned. Who has the biggest hiker hunger?
This is true. She cleans up all our meals after us. And
Yes.
now Straps does too.
I'm on cleanup duty.
Okay. Someone said day 134 is missing. All right, I'll look into that. Do you see anything? Does life before through hiking feel like a distant, foggy memory?
It does not. It's very
it does for me.
vivid, but it does feel not like a different person, but kind of, because we've changed on trail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It does feel like a long time since we've been home, but the memories are definitely not foggy.
Yes. You are all such good hikers at this point. Are falls rare?
Nope. Not at all.
We
fall too often.
recently we picked our target end date, and multiple factors kind of got in the way, but 2 days later we counted up 10 falls in one day.
Between our group, yeah.
And one of them had the potential to be very severe. Thankfully it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all safe and sound, but
Yeah.
falls still happen. Stubbed toes.
The end of the trail has
Slits.
been a bit worse. I did not fall until Vermont,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did.
Yeah.
And I've fallen probably 5 times since then.
You've had some big falls, yeah. Who is meeting you at Katahdin for your grand finale? Our parents.
My parents and Beacon's parents.
Oh, 134 is in the feed. Good. Okay. Someone said Energizer actually gets tired. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
He does power down.
It takes a lot.
Yes. Oh, okay. Someone had a suggestion to fix our gooder glasses, but we threw them away.
Mr. Hastings.
Yeah. Do you follow a stretching routine each day?
Depends on the person. Gideon doesn't, or Energizer doesn't have to stretch at all, and he's not sore.
It's ridiculous.
We've commented recently. We had a conversation on Trail with the Tramley where we've noticed a significant difference as you add a decade. So you've got Energizer at about 10, and you look at how he handles the trail, how he handles falls, stretching, soreness. Like he's just sort of invincible. And then you go up to Fairbait, who's 20, so you go up a decade. Also pretty
About the same.
invincible,
Mhm.
but man-sized, so he can take huge steps and climb like crazy, like spider monkey moves. I don't know how he does it, and going down really fast. But I don't know. Do you stretch, Barry? You have to stretch at night?
If I have time.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. It's not required. And then you go up another decade. I'm outing people's ages. Bogle, in the 30 realm, and he has to stretch.
But he's still very quick on
And
his feet.
he's quick on his feet, but there's some stiffness if he sits too long, and then you get to our 40 range, and it's just a little more intense. And
Stretching is a necessity.
you have to do it, and with and Strap's right there in the 40 range, right, with us, and
A little older.
a little older, but the same kind of thing. Okay, we're gonna have to go fast. Will you ever get back to calling the kids by their given name? We
Yeah.
call them by their given names all day.
No,
So it's just for the videos, and then other people on trail call them by their trail names. Serenity, your singing voice is phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. How about them Red Sox? Okay.
Because of my shirt.
Oh, these are loner clothes. Sorry, I didn't know what he was wearing. Are you gonna have a cooking channel for backpackers? You'll probably do some episodes, but not.
Maybe.
Oh,
When are your August birthdays?
I'm August 4th, Energizer's August 10th.
We will continue doing videos.
How is Fairbait?
How is Fairbait?
How are you, Fairbait? How's it going?
Greg Shearer asked. Do you know him?
No.
Okay. How you doing?
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Not dead.
That's good. Oh man. Let's see. Yes, our parents are awesome. How much have the kids grown? We haven't measured them, but we're planning to do that when we get
Do
home.
that when we get back.
Someone said I'm without AC and it's horrible. Yes. I don't know what that meant. Oh, which orchard do you prefer? Steps, Granddad's, or Skytop?
Ooh.
None of those.
I work at an orchard, so I work at Jeter Mountain Farm.
So that's the one we prefer.
But
We
we like what Fruit of the Spirit orchard. It's really good.
We have been to all of them.
Yes. Best age for kids to hike for a week. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, hold on. Let me see if there's anything. So we're gonna hop off. Anything urgent? People are saying good night, good night, good night, good night. I'm sorry for all of you. We've missed questions.
I think for the age of kids for hiking for a week, I think you can do that at any age. You just have to modify what that week looks like. You know, you're gonna have to back down on the mileage, reduce the pack weight, but I think it could be done at any age.
Hey, very proud of you. Super cool. We miss seeing you at work, David.
It's good to hear from you, Miles.
I think so. Which 6-pack are you going to drink when you complete the hike? Gatorade, because we will be dehydrated. Oh man, so many cool things. I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna have to go to bed because we're hopping right back on the trail first thing in the morning.
Yep.
Let's pick one more. Pick one more question. Let's see. Before you read it, let me know which one you're thinking.
Outrageous.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Insert Jeopardy theme music.
Let's just do this. What's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Ooh. Frosted cherry.
Brown sugar cinnamon. If I have access to a toaster, s'mores, because it's good heated up.
Frosted strawberry milkshake.
Thanks to the Pop-Tart librarian, Treehouse's wife, we've tried a slew of flavors.
We didn't even know how many Pop-Tart flavors that were out there. I had to do a resupply in a store recently and came across an Applejack flavored
Applejack
Pop-Tart.
with the cereal?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like,
There's a partnership. Well, thank y'all so much for all of the questions and for the super chats and all the things. We really appreciate you, and stay tuned because we are winding down.
Yep.
So again, it was hot. It's been hot. We're tired. Y'all were like out on water playing and in the sun, and I think we're just depleted, just really tired. So we're gonna get to bed.
thanks for all the support and prayers and being on here to encourage us. It means a lot.
We appreciate it. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
You mind hitting that X? Energizers in there.